We're gonna do the sides first.
Okay.
So
so you need the angler?
we're gonna get the angle. It's in the truck. Start cutting pieces, but we got to cut and nail, because we got to measure as we go in order to get the right distance. And there's really no way to
do that. You can't just cut.
I mean, once we've done a couple of them, we can figure out how much we're adding to each piece,
right?
And then just add it to the next piece.
But you still have to cut and measure.
We still got to measure. Yeah, you got to measure every one. It's gonna change.
I remember this game. Sometimes it didn't go well.
Well, it's your fault. So, made a little bit of progress here. I don't know if the camera shut off or if I messed up in the way I was operating it, but the camera's down. It's not beautiful. Took me a while to get my angle correct. And for some reason I had one floater down there that dropped down. But I'm running the tools, both the compressor and the saw, off of this EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. And I just had the compressor running and I went to fire up the saw and it blew it. So that's the first time that that's happened. There we go, turn it back on. But basically it was drawing too much amperage for it and shut her down. If you look right here, it's pulling 1450 to run that compressor, and it was probably yeah, I really don't know what it gets up to when I'm running the saw. Maybe I'll have Jafana take a look at that while I'm over here cutting this.
So it says 83 hours, 80%. So 2251 watts? 2251 watts.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised it runs by itself, but it definitely kicked it out when I was running a boat.
What, you could feel it?
No, it turned it off. It blew the circuit.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Darn it.
You can't do everything. It's pretty amazing for what it does, but you can't do everything.
That's what did it?
That's what did it. Running them both.
Okay. It looks so good though. I am so encouraged.
Here. Move forward. Bend it. Yeah. Well, we're running out of daylight. I'm running a little short on cowboy right now too, so we're gonna go and get something to eat, go to sleep, do our regular jobs, come back here tomorrow night if the weather's good. And after all day yesterday, having that solar panel on there as well, and working tonight, we are down to 73% on this thing. And I've got to tell you, that has been impressive. Very helpful, easy to move around, quiet.
Oh, I love that part.
You don't have to tote the gas around. You don't have to worry about changing the oil. There's a lot of cool stuff about it. And sometimes the generator doesn't want to start, so then you've got about 20-30 minutes of toying with that before you can get it going.
And the fumes when it's hot, ugh.
Well, got a little mix of some old stuff and some new stuff here. Still wasn't completely cheap, but it was cheaper. We put in some labor pulling those boards. I cussed a lot. Jafana thinks that she did most of the work. And it's not bad. From a distance, this thing looks pretty good. From the house, I think it'll look real good. We'll be back out here tomorrow or the next day, and we'll work toward getting it finished. We got to hurry. Hey, we are back. It has been a real hot day, mid-90s, and as often happens in Virginia when you got that kind of weather, you get to the evening, you start to get thunderstorms. Now, we already had a little bit of rain roll through here and some lightning, but we didn't have anything close to us. I can hear some lightning in that direction on the other side of the mountain, but thus far, we've been doing okay. I'm gonna see if I can get some of this work done. What I've got, these are my last two long pieces from that deck we took apart. I'm going to use that decking as my purlins. Those are not purloins, by the way. I believe that means you're stealing something. These are my purlins, and there's going to be one at the top, one at the bottom, and then I'm going to take these scraps that are left over, and I'm going to use them and space them out to be the rest of the purlins. And that way I can take that metal roofing over there, and we can fasten it onto this thing, and then we'll have a 3-sided barn with a roof, and that's pretty darn good. And later in the week, hopefully, we'll be able to get out here and work on getting the front on here and framing in a door for it. So that way we can secure the girls inside the barn at night, and we don't have to worry about anything getting into them. And since these are the only 2 cuts I anticipate having to make today, I'm not hauling the saw out here. I'm just going to throw down with this real quick and see if I can't get her done. Ain't got to be pretty, just got to be up there. There we go. That's all the cutting I plan on making today. The EcoFlow battery has 99 hours, 73% battery left on it. It says 99 hours because there's no draw on it right now, but it's running 73% battery. I took it back up to the house yesterday. I was going to charge it, and then I forgot, so I just dragged it back down here. It's still got 73%. We've been working. This is the 3rd day. We had 1 full day, and then yesterday after work, getting ready to jump up here and see if I can't get these things nailed in. If the rain holds off long enough just for me to get these purlins up here and fastened on, I'll feel like it's been a pretty successful day. Let's see if I can't throw this first one up there. That was embarrassing. No, I ain't knocking it out of the park, am I? All right, that'll work. Well, that didn't work either. Okay. And one. Now, if you look at this, actually I was worried this wasn't going to be long enough, but I think this is just long enough that I will be able to do this all the way across here. And I have marked these. I'm just trying to kind of sort of center on here. And cool. All right, so just to give an idea from a bit of a removed view here, I'm just taking these scraps and I'm going to use them as purlins. And my next set, I'm just going to stagger right down here, right below this. And Just do it all the way across like that, and that'll give me something to screw these panels into, these steel panels, and that way I'll have some roofing. And the best part is I don't have to buy more materials to do it. I've put myself too close to this. Probably need some hearing protection. That's a little loud. Alright. Match up. Now why is this one shorter? That seems a little odd. See this piece of wood is actually starting to split. But you gotta use what we got. It'll be alright. It'll hold a screw and it'll hold the metal to the roof. And that's what really matters. That'll work. Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. It's just gonna have to be good enough. That'll finish the job, I think. Yeah, it'll be alright. It's not going to be the end of the world. That's it. Mission accomplished. It ain't what I would call a work of art, but we have wood purlins all over this thing. It's time to get out of here before the storm really hits us. Those are up. I ain't running. I ran once today and I didn't like it. Oh, a little bit of rain. All right.
Metal roofing has existed since ancient times. The first known metal roofing was made from lead, and in ancient Rome, lead was a byproduct of silver smelting, and it was readily available and easy to work with. As the Near Eastern cultures entered the Bronze Age, the advent of metal roofing began to expand, and the roof of the Lovamapahaya Temple in Sri Lanka was adorned with copper and bronze tiles in the 3rd century BC. The Roman Pantheon had a copper roof put on in 27 BC, and in Western Europe, the Kronborg Castle received a copper roof in 1585 that lasted until renovations in the year 2009. In the early 1800s, sheets of iron dipped in tin began to see their way onto the roofs of structures across Europe. And in 1829, Henry Palmer of London patented the first corrugated sheet, giving it more rigid structure and making it stronger and less likely to bend. That patent expired in 1843, and at that time dozens of companies began to manufacture corrugated galvanized iron sheets, and those CGI sheets started popping up on rooftops all over the world. By the end of the 19th century, steel mills started producing lighter, thinner, and stronger sheets that are still the standard today, even though in some countries they're still referred to as CGI. In the last 100 years, metal roofing products have fallen out of favor as old-fashioned and then been rediscovered in different ways and different designs with different coatings. In the United States, metal roofs were widely replaced by asphalt shingles because of cost and ease of installation. But in the last 20 years, metal roofs are making a comeback. As trends change, metal roofs are prized for their energy efficiency, appearance, and durability. A metal roof can easily last 100 years, and when you're done with it, it can be completely recycled and built into something else. Modern metal roofing comes in all sorts of configurations, with standing seam, intricate shingles, and they even have some that have integrated flexible solar panels to help power the house. For our purposes, I needed a quick and easy roof that came in standard size pieces so that I could put it together and basically forget about it for a long time. I'm hoping for 10 years, and as long as we can avoid any severe weather, I think we should get it.
All right, camera's running a little hot right now, so it shut itself off, but I really can't complain too much about that. Came out pretty good for a guy who doesn't really know what he's doing. And we just kind of threw this together. I scratched something out on paper, looked at what I had that was left over from other projects. We recovered some wood for the backside, bought some wood for the sides. Halfway through the front here, we changed our minds and decided we're going to close it in so we can lock it. There's a couple reasons for that, but you know, we got bear, bobcat, coyote. Pick something else. I'm sure something will show up. We'll get this locked in and tightened up a little bit. Time for me to go do my day job. The fun don't stop. What do you think?
I love it. I love the roof. There's plenty of ventilation because the back
Yep.
has some ventilation.
Yep. You want a little bit of ventilation anyway because they smell like goats.
Well, they gotta breathe. Like,
I'll tell you what, it's hot. This has been one of the hotter days.
hotter weeks.
Yeah.
Hotter weeks. We picked the hottest week to build, honestly.
Yeah, your fault. Start framing some of this stuff in.
What side do you want the door on? That side? Or?
I'm gonna put it over on this side
Okay.
because the majority of the hard sun
Yeah.
comes across there, and so this provides a pocket of shade. So when we've got the door open during the day,
Yeah.
if they want to come inside, they can come inside and hide from the sun. And in spring and fall and winter, it'll shoot some sun deeper into it. So if there's something wants to lay in the sun away from the wind, it's got a windbreak, so
Okay.
it'll hopefully, that's a sound theory and not just craziness.
Well, so you think we'll be done by this weekend?
I think it is a real good chance of us having this done this weekend. We'll be working on fencing this weekend.
Okay.
And as everybody can see, we were visited by the fence fairy. We've got some T-posts and some panels here and a couple big rolls of fence and nothing but fun coming our way. It's supposed to get close to 100 this week and this weekend. Yay! threw that nail in the dirt instead of in that bucket. Girl, look at that.
I know, it looks really nice. Super cute.
That is turning into something. I like it. Movement. You trying to see if I'll run? I'm not feeling it. Nah, I don't think so. If I run, I might fall down.
Okay, when I get the wood.
There you go.
You know what?
If you're the helper, you have to help.
It doesn't have to be like this.